Hi and welcome everybody. So today I am at my balcony and you'll probably hear some random noise here and there, but I feel like I want to record the video in here today because I just feel like sitting at the balcony. But anyway, in this video, I am going to talk about this book, Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. I finished this book, I think, the beginning of August, and I finished it fairly quickly. I actually finished it in one day. This book was published in, let me see, I can't remember when it was published. It was published in 2016 in Japanese, and the English translation was published in 2018, and it is translated by Ginny Tapley Takemori. So I'm kind of doing this book for, I'm reading this book for Women in Translation Month, and I actually plan to read 4 books. So I have already read 2 of them, and currently I'm on my third. This one was my first, and so far it has been going quite okay. I would say that my second book for Women in Translation Month that I finished was not good. So I'm looking forward to read the third and the fourth book. For this book, however, I think it's just amazing. I think I mentioned it in some videos a while ago. I guess I mentioned it in the bookish video where I said that I finished this book. This book is just awesome, and I really enjoyed it. It was no surprise that I was able to finish it really quickly, not only because it was short, but also because the writing was just so good, the story was good, the characters were good. This is just pretty much a 5-star read for me. So if you are in doubt whether you want to read this book or not, maybe you have seen divisive reviews on this book, my opinion would be, just go ahead and read it. It's a very short book. If you don't like it, you can always drop it. But if you are not the kind of person who likes to DNF stuff, then this is a fairly short book. And even the text is pretty big. The spacing is pretty big. So it's a pretty short. It's something you can probably breeze through. Anyway, this book is about Keiko. She is a Japanese woman and she works at a convenience store, and she is in her 30s. She is not in a relationship, and she has been working as a convenience store worker for 18 years. Now, for a little bit of context, I've never been to Japan, but from how it seems from this book, being a convenience store worker isn't exactly something one would consider as a conventional career path. No, it's not something one would consider as a successful career. But she has been doing it for 18 years, and it is something that she likes. And because of that, she kind of receives a lot of inputs, criticism, comments from friends and family alike about how she is still a convenience store worker after all these years, and she's not in a relationship. She's not going to get married, and so overall her life just does not seem really conventional. It doesn't really fit the mold of what people expect her to be. What people would expect a woman in her 30s in Japan should be. But Keiko is not someone who is like really phased by all that, and I think that's what's really great about this character, and I really like that part of her, because when she hears all of those things, she is still kind of confident about herself. She does not really cave really easily to all those pressure. But it's just that until one day she meets with a colleague who is kind of a lazy person, and that is when her thoughts about herself kind of starts to crumble a little bit in this book, and that's when the action, the inner conflicts start to happen. I think the best thing that I find in this book is how it actually treats the discourse of society's expectation on an individual in such a comedic and funny, and at the same time also very biting way. You have a character who does not conform to societal norms. She chose her own path in what she does for a living. She also kind of showed the reader how you can actually live your own life without actually really following what the society dictates you to be, but at the same time gaining some satisfaction to it. And I think the key is that you just need to find something that you feel that you can contribute value to. You know, even when people do not exactly think that what you're doing is something that contributes value. Like in this book, Keiko is a convenience store woman. She works at a convenience store, like maybe as a cashier or just pretty much running some work inside the store. And people outside the store, you know, the society in general, would probably think that what she does is like really trivial and it's not important. But if you think about it, without those people working at the store, then, you know, if you go to a store, then no one is there to attend you, then it's not gonna work also. But in general, people kind of have a low level of respect for these kinds of jobs. But from Keiko's point of view, she actually gains like a lot of satisfaction from it. She has like really real skills in being a convenience store worker, and I think this is another part that I find really interesting in this book, is that, you know, even for a job that is generally considered as not so prestigious, such as a convenience store worker, she kind of has to have certain set of skills that in order to make her a good convenience store worker. Like in this book, she kind of demonstrates how she's able to market certain products by putting the products on a specific position in the store, location in the store. She's able to predict when the store is going to be like frequented by a lot of people, you know, when's the peak hour and all that. She knows how to deal with a customer, when to ask certain questions, when to be silent, and, you know, in order for them to engage more and probably buy more stuff. So I think these are skills that are really, they probably sound trivial, but I think in her context, you know, I would personally agree with her as well. And I think it's a really, really awesome way of portraying a job that not a lot of people would probably have, not a lot of people would feel in awe about, and I think that's really great. So yeah, when you are kind of like trying to live your life, I guess it's not just about trying to get a good job, you know, that society would approve of, and also get married and get into a relationship or whatever. I think the main thing is, the main takeaway from this book is that you need to find some sort of value for yourself, you know, a value that you can contribute to others, but at the same time a value that you can consider as something that is meaningful to you. And I think that's a really inspiring thing to read, and I seriously encourage everyone to just read this book. I think it's really positive. But the most important thing is that this book is also very entertaining. Just look at this quirky cover. I don't even know what this is, but it's really awesome. This book is just so awesome and wholesome. And so that's it for this video, guys. And I'll see you again in another video. And until then, take care and bye.